Okay, guys, so this is why you're stuck and you get motivated, you go to do something, but you just can't seem to stick with it. This is why. This is a mental picture of what's going on upstairs in our mind. So let this represent the mind. And let this little circle represent the body. So we have two minds right here. Up top is the conscious mind, right? This has no ability, this has ability to accept or reject any thought that we may have, right? So there's a power coming into our minds, right? It's coming in and it just is. It's not negative, it's not positive. We attribute negative or positive to the power, the thought power that's coming into our conscious mind, right? And we take in this energy or this power, right, with our five senses. We can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, right? And these are our little senses, our antennas. That's how we process. A thought comes in, we internalize it, we smell something, oh, that smells like this, we see, and that's how we interpret the world. But we have other powers. We have intellect, memory, imagination, will, reason, right? And we don't use those, but those are God-given abilities, right? So the power comes in and we can say we attach a negative to it, right? So a thought comes in and it's negative. Well, what do we do with negativity? Now we start to fear, and we start to have doubt. Fear and doubt leads to anxiety, right? We can't stop thinking about it. We're thinking about the future, like, fuck, oh, I can't do this. Like, I need to lose weight. And then maybe I start to, but fuck, I can't do it, right? We become anxious. That leads to depression. That leads to disease. And then that leads to decay. Or we die, right? Disease is dis-ease. It's not at ease. So this is the negative, right? Which is also ignorance. That's really our only problem, is ignorance. What's the opposite of the negative with this thought power that comes in, right? It's positive. But when before the positive, if we emotionalize this negative, right? This is our subconscious. This is when we emotionalize the thought that's coming in. We get deeply invested in our emotions with it. Fear and doubt, really invested in that. It comes down to our subconscious mind, and then that comes down to our body. And those are the results we get, because the body is just an instrument. It's a vibrating instrument which gets our results. So we have thought power that comes in. We think negative, we start to fear and doubt, get anxious, maybe even depressed. That's anxiety, fear, doubt, depression. We emotionalize. It comes down to our body, right? You can feel that shit, and those are the results we get. And then we judge our results. What do we do with our results? We have thoughts, that power comes back, and then we start thinking negative again, and it's this fucked up cyclical cycle. But on the other side of ignorance is understanding. And with understanding, right, reading, reflecting about what we've done, what we're going to do, gaining knowledge, right? Understanding is power, knowledge is power. So then we take this thought power that comes in, which is, we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch things. We use our imagination, will, reason, intuition, imagination, and we have a positive thought, right? Because we can accept or reject. If it's negative, we can kick it out. If it's positive, we can let it in. The subconscious has no ability to accept or reject. It just accepts whatever we emotionalize and give to it. So we emotionalize, right? This is faith. The opposite of fear and doubt is faith. Then this leads to not anxiety, but acceleration, right? Not dis-ease, but we're at ease. And it doesn't lead to decay, which is dying. It leads to flourishing. So then we think a positive thought, we emotionalize it with faith. It comes down to our subconscious mind, and it has no ability to accept or reject. It's emotional, it accepts it. It comes down to our body as a positive, and now we're getting good results. And then what do we do with good results? Oh fuck, I can see my abs a little bit. Oh, I'm making a little bit more money. That's what our mind tends to think about more. Positive thought comes down to our emotional mind. We get emotionally invested in a positive thought. Now we vibrate positive in our body, and we get positive results. So this is basically how our mind works, how our body works, and why we're getting the results we're getting. So if the results in your life are not what you want them to be, it starts with that power, that thought power that comes in. That's why mindset is the most important. The body's just an instrument of the mind. It all starts in the mind. So start being aware of the thoughts you're thinking, and this is drastically going to change your results. But don't just think the thought. You got to use your other factors, not just your physical see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. You have to use your intuition, imagination, will, reason. Be creative, emotionalize it, visualize. That's why visualization is so powerful. Then we vibrate positive results. And now this positive cycle just keeps going on and on. And we get rid of the negative. And this negative will still come in, but we can kick it out. Our conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject. So just kick that shit out and wait for a positive to come in, and then emotionalize that. Don't talk about your problems. It's only going to give you more problems. That's it, guys. You got any questions? Fucking comment, DM me. Like,